Hi, this is Linda West with Living Live, and today I have the pleasure to introduce you to Nick Unsworth. Now, Nick is the founder and CEO of Life on Fire. So Life on Fire inspires individuals all over the world to live out their dreams through instilling courage in the four embers of a life on fire, which are wealth, health, love, and faith. Thank you, Nick, so much for being here. I'm excited to interview you and introduce you to my audience.
Yeah, pumped to be here.
Well, the first question I have is, how did you come up with the name Life on Fire?
So for me, I hired a business coach, and I had just sold a business, and I hired a business coach to help me figure out what I wanted to do. So I was basically in a spot of completely reinventing myself.
Okay.
And we went through a process where she helped me look at my background story and then my stance. And for me, what happened was, part of what my stance is that I see people that are doing something for work that they don't love, and they're working and working and working. A lot of people work till they're 65, and they're living lives that they don't love. And then I also, part of my stance is I see people online that are hyping and making up stories and being, just kind of being full of crap about what's possible online. And so for me is, I want to help people love what they do for work. I wanted to help people live out their dreams and realize that no matter what your age, like, you can do anything you put your mind to. But I didn't want to be put in this bucket of like these online, people, online marketers that were selling stuff that were false dreams, because I had lived so much of that in my life. All through my 20s, I was, you name the get rich quick scheme, I had tried it and what have you. And so I was really looking for something that would describe what the outcome of working with me would be. And so it was really cool. I hired this coach. She was $36,000. And then on this 30-minute phone call, we're walking through, all right, your story, your stance. And I'm like, oh, it's like, so maybe Life Tribe. And I'm like, no, it's got to be cool enough that you would tattoo it on your body. Like, it's got to be awesome. I'm like, would you get a Life Tribe tattoo? She's like, no. And then she goes, how about Life on Fire? And then right there, instantly, I knew that those three words together were exactly the outcome of what we want with, the people that work with us. And living your life on fire is living out your dreams, turning dreams into reality, and we do it together. So
I love that. And what you don't know about me is I've had 49 jobs. So I totally get what you're talking about. A person doesn't have 49 jobs if they're loving what they're doing. So, now I am, though. It's totally different. That's awesome. I love the story behind it, because, people come up with names and you just don't know how do they come up with that name. And so that's a really great story. Thanks for sharing that. So how do you,
absolutely.
Let me ask you this question. Do you feel that if somebody isn't igniting all four embers, that they're not living their life on fire, or they're not living to their full potential, or what do you feel if they're not hitting all four of those embers?
Yeah, so it's a great question. And I used to think I was living my life where I sold business to me. And the problem, I had money, but I didn't have love, and I didn't have a spiritual relationship, and my health wasn't really good. So by the definition of what most people say, make money, and making money is important. It's a need that we all have. But for me, what I realized is I thought my life was on fire until I then, met Megan and got married. And then it was like love and health and wealth. And then I had an issue with my health where I had to, it was a pretty bad situation, and I had to make some drastic changes. And then I went out and made that happen. Then I realized it's like, what good is money if your health is totally, if you're not able to live and feel good in your body, and you've got disease or viruses, or bacteria, it robs you of all the joy of money or even love. And on another side, when you look at some people who are completely like ripped and they have health dialed in, but if they're broke or they don't have love, they're still missing out. And so once I got all three together, love and money and my health dialed in, I was like, that's definitely it. Like, I'm living my life on fire. I've got everything I could ever dream of. Like life has never been better. And then what happened is my wife gets me into church, and I ended up just completely just surrendering to God, giving my life to God, and it became very quickly the best part of my entire life is my faith. And so even though when I had health and wealth and love dialed in, I thought for sure that was my life on fire until faith came, until I had the faith piece. And so I don't try and prescribe to people like, this is my belief and you need to believe what I believe. Instead, I'm just part of what my message is now is this is such a big part of being a human being that I just now encourage people to just explore. Right? There's some people that believe in the universe and different things. And then for me, I'm a just devout Christian and I love everything about it. Our church and it has been more life-changing than anything else in my whole life. And so now I very proudly, faith is one of the 4 embers because I can't imagine life without it. So the best things that have ever happened to me is because of faith. So.
I love that because I quit my corporate job November of 2014, and I literally jumped out on faith that things were going to work out, faith that my life was going to be directed wherever it needed to be directed, and I still have that full faith. Like everything I do is based on the faith of knowing that I'm doing the right thing because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. While I'm here, like serving my purpose while I'm here on this planet we call Earth, So I love that you were able to discover that was one of the important, you call them embers, some people call them pillars and whatever. But I got to share you, I love how on your website, everything goes back to fire. It's like very cleverly written. I love it. It's just kind of fun to read, So, you have something called a Life on Fire Challenge. What is that? That kind of scares me, but what is that?
Yeah, so the Life on Fire Challenge is we challenge people to clarify and to go out and to live what their life on fire would be. So for a lot of people, there's things inside of them. They have gifts and talents and things that they want to do that they're not living, and it's not because they can't. It's just because of having the amount of courage to go for it. It's like someone that is working in a corporate job that's always wanted to be an actor or a singer. We have lots of singers that think that they can't make money. Singers that are so talented that that's what they want to do, but yet they're cutting hair all day or they're working at a job that they don't love. And so what we do is we put together this 7-day coaching experience for $47, and you get me live on a group setting for 7 days. You get one of our certified Life on Fire coaches coaching that person 5 different times for 10 minutes a day for 5 days. And all we do is we walk through a process. It's a process that I've discovered through spending hundreds of thousands on personal development and hiring coaches through my life experience. And it also has been a process that was born out of coaching people for the past, 5 years. And so I've been consulting before that, but for 5 years I've devoted my life to learning psychology, NLP, and hypnotherapy and how to coach people to results. And the thing is that when you get clear on your vision, everything changes. So that's the first thing we do in the challenge is that we get people really clear on what it is that they want. So people, when they hear purpose or they hear vision, it kind of scares them a little bit. So we walk them through a process where they can get excited about a vision that they have no idea how they achieve. It's big, it's bold, they don't know the how. And then we redact it down to very specific, tangible goals in the next 6 months. And so we have them make it a physical vision board, but the vision board actually has their goals on it because we don't want them to just have, $1 million in a house. Like, heck no, it's tangible. It has a date on it, and it's things that they can point at and say, did I achieve this in 6 months? Yes or no? Yes or no? Because when they get clear on it, and the second step is that they declare it. When they declare what they will accomplish, now their integrity is on the line. They've got public accountability, and people attract resources. So we've had people that have said things like, well, I want to do a fitness competition. Then they declare it, and then all of a sudden people are saying, oh, you've got to coach with this person. Or we've had people that say, I want to, learn how to make music for commercials, and I'm this singer, and here's why I feel called to do it. And then someone knows someone. So when they take a stand and they declare publicly what they're going to do, so much shifts. And then the next step is we have them write a letter as if it's already done, which is a visualization process. And then we have them resource up. So what person, what resource, what Toastmasters group to sign up for, networking event. But what's crazy is that when you're so clear on like, here's a board of all the things I'm going to accomplish in 6 months, and it's like, who do you need to hire, or who do you need to, what do you need to sign up for to guarantee that you achieve those things? And what's crazy is that when people see it in that way, they realize that they can, and that they can achieve these things. And then the last step is faith over fear. And in that context, it's just when life throws you the curveball to take you off your vision, it's just a belief in yourself that you can do it, as opposed to fear. For those that are believing in God, myself included, is we choose to believe in God instead of the fear. And so we do that over 7 days, and it's called a challenge because when you take your vision and make it and then take a picture of it and publicly declare it, that's how you win the challenge. And by winning the challenge, we send you a box in the mail with a T-shirt, card decal, all that stuff. If you don't finish, you don't win. You don't get the shirt. You don't get all the prizes, all the stuff that we send you. Because we only want people to get results. And notice how that actually ties back to the name. It ties back to my stance, that I have no desire for people to spend money with us and not get results. That's why we do this at a loss for $47, and that's why we prove our results first before anyone invests anything with us. That's why we love starting with the challenge.
I'm kind of finding a trend of, in the old days, it seemed to be more that people were putting out products, and didn't really care what the results were. And I'm finding a trend that it seems that a lot of experts now, they're like, I want my people to get results. Results are so important. And I totally agree with that. And I'm glad that's making that shift, because it's about providing that value and then helping people through their life, not just collecting their money.
Because the reality is that, so a study from Seth Godin is that 3% of people that buy courses online actually complete it. That doesn't
3%.
mean that they get results. That means that they actually complete it.
Right.
So what's crazy is that of the 3%, I don't know what percentage actually gets results. What I love about what we do is see, to me, it's people were lazy. They would just sell courses and have people come to events. Everyone loves events. People love buying courses. But to me, the real test is the longevity in your business is, are you willing to put in the work to create the actual success stories? And that's why we do coaching. Coaching is a very tough business. A lot of people want to do coaching, but they realize it is a tough business. You're working with people. You're up against their limiting beliefs and their crap. It's a tough business. And that's the reason why we do it, is because we want to actually get the results. And I see it. I mean, the industry is changing because people are tired of just buying something and not getting results. And so I love about that we go the extra mile to ensure that they get the results. And then, I love seeing that other people are doing it too. People are starting to really put fulfillment behind what they sell so that people get results, which is key. That's the whole point.
It sure is. Do it. Exactly, right. Why am I going to pay the money if I don't want results? I mean, I might as well, I don't know, go gamble it or something. At least I might get some money back. It's interesting because you mentioned fear, and I talk about fear. I actually did a year of fears in 2015. Every single day I faced a fear, and I made a lot of discoveries through doing that. But one thing the thing I really truly discovered through this is that if you have faith, that your faith erases your anxious reactions, which is my new acronym for fear. Because your faith really pulls you through, and if you have full faith and desire in something, then you're going to make it happen, and you're not going to let your fear get in the way. And that's what you guys are doing, is helping people through that, and it's great work. And I know you also have, at least I wrote a little note here, I want to make sure I said it right. I know you have an exclusive, a free webinar that you put on, and it's how to turn overwhelm into achievement so you can lock in the vision that makes you unstoppable. How do you do that in a short webinar?
Yeah, it works off of the similar mechanics of the Life and Fire Challenge. So it's like a perfect preamble for the challenge. And so I take the 5 steps and I break it down into tangible action steps that if someone hires us for the challenge for $47 or not, they can still understand the mechanics of why the process works. So how to do it, why it works, examples of it working. And we've had people that, that didn't even spend the $47 and use those 5 steps. And then they got clear in the vision. They declared it, made the letter. And I'll see them at events and like, it worked. Like, look what I did. Look at this declaration on this day and look what happened. So I basically break the challenge down in a summary version.
Oh, got it. And that's really awesome because you still provide value even though it doesn't, it doesn't cost the person anything. So that action taker is actually going to be able to distill it down and make it happen for themselves. That's what you're doing, right? Giving them all the tools they need. But some people need that little more push and they need more hand holding, and that's what the next level is. And then so on. You have other levels, I'm sure, more than just the 47. So how can people find out about the challenge as well as the webinar?
Yeah, so we always have our most up-to-date webinar at lifeonfirewebinar.com. And it's, the word webinar sounds, it's just, that's to describe what it is, but it's a training, and my goal is to always provide value. I respect people's time, and when someone gives an hour to watch a training, my goal is to over-deliver on that, and to be different. So Life on Fire webinar to get the free training, and then the challenge, we do them live, and we do them like every 45 to 60 days. So we're right in the middle of a challenge right now, and we have the next challenge starting in March, but we always have our schedule up at lifeonfirechallenge.com. And last time we sold out, time before that we sold out, and basically people just secure their spot, then our coaches reach out, and then we help people complete the challenge and live their lives on fire.
Well, that's fantastic. I love it. I love it. I love living my life on fire. I need more fire though. Well, I want to thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. I know you got to go. You have a meeting you have to head out to. But I look forward to seeing you at the Massive Success Breakthrough event. This will be my first time speaking on a big stage, and I'm very, very excited to be there. I know, like, woo, I can't wait. But, again, thank you so much for your time. And I will see you in a few days, and you are amazing. And keep your life on fire, and let's help other people get their life on fire as well.
That's what it's about. Well, thank you so much. See you on the weekend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.